I suppose my obvious question to you is how do you feel about all the events of the past week?
You know, for me, it's a lot of mixed emotions. Obviously, first and foremost, for someone to actually realize who they are and be happy in their own skin is a very important message for mass public. I think the important message here is to realize who you are early in life and to be able to be comfortable enough to bring that to mass public, and those who surround you, as in your loved ones, really understand who you are as a person, and to be comfortable enough to say who you are to those people.
I totally endorse that. But you spent 8 years with him. You said here that you had 8 years and your dream was to have a husband, a soulmate, a best friend in him, which is what you had. And then in 2009, I think, he called off your wedding. And it was only last week when he telephoned you that you discovered probably the reason why, which was that he's been gay the whole time.
Yeah, it's a lot to process at this point. But, you know, I think that I still have those opportunities. I still have time to have children and my husband and all of those wonderful things. So that is the upside. And it's a lot to comprehend in terms of really having quantifiable reasons or qualitative reasons that contributed to the outcome of 2009. And I really care a lot about Jason. He's a great individual. We had incredible moments together, and you know, I want him to be happy and I want him to have a wonderful future. And looking back at 8 years, they were great. And I think for a woman, we tend to write scripts, in case you men don't know that. But we did. We planned a wedding. We planned our lives together and knew where I was going to have children and what school they were going to go to and dreams for their futures. And it's hard, you know, for anybody to rewrite their script in their life. And that's something that takes a lot of strength to get through. And you know, it is possible, and so I'd like to speak out to people that are dealing with those challenges of having to rewrite their life script. And then, you know, on the side of society, really taking a hard look at why is it so difficult for someone to be comfortable in their own skin and to be accepted or to feel accepted. Maybe that's part of what contributed to that. And I think that that's a progression in modern society. We have to be accepting, and I certainly am. You know, I'm straight. I'm definitely will have a husband at some point, but I've played professional basketball. I'm 6'5", and you know, I've had teammates that are different from me, and I am very accepting for people, not only just for how they play on the court, but more importantly, who they are as a person. And who they are as a person dictates how much I respect them and how much I value them and their friendship. So I'm really, you know, I really see a lot about society that we're learning through this process and through the information that's been shared. And hopefully we can just help people become better at who they are.
I mean, you're showing remarkable calmness, really. I can imagine that inside must be huge turmoil at such a shocking discovery about somebody you clearly were very close to and thought you knew so well. When he called you last week, what did he say to you?
He actually called this past weekend, and we spoke a couple of times on Monday, so it's really fresh in my mind, to be honest with you. And I have close friends, close family, people I'm just so thankful I can confide in them. My mom's a former psychologist, and you know, it's just wonderful to have that support system, but it's going to be a process, absolutely. And it just takes a lot of perspective and a lot of understanding and a lot of open conversation. I think open dialogue at this point is the healthiest thing, and I really value that. You know, I value that between Jason and I value that between, you know, himself and his family and the ones that are closest to him, you know, and I think that that's where that comfort level comes from, is that...
Right. Did he apologize to you?
I think he's in the process of taking ownership of the here and now, which is actually coming out, you know, and that can be very, I assume, overwhelming. You know, I did invest 8 years in our relationship with a shared dream and vision with him, and I value that. I had to rewrite the script, and I still am rewriting it, and it's been very challenging. So, you know, that's a natural, hopefully a natural progression for him to look at things from all different angles. And, you know, as he becomes more comfortable with himself, I think, you know, that time will allow for some perspective on that as well.
Well, I think you've shown remarkable courage too, talking about it so frankly, and I really appreciate that. And I think he has been remarkably courageous in what he did yesterday, and it's just an extraordinary twist to this saga. And I wish you all the very best in finding real happiness going forward. Thank you very much, Carolyn.
Thanks so much.